What's up, beautiful people? Welcome back to part 20 of our Pokemon Opal walkthrough. In the previous video, we finished off exploring Tempest City. We also got a little mission from Peonia, the gym leader, and Professor Opalo to explore the Astral Tower, which was southeast of the town. We entered the tower and made our way all the way to the top. We battled countless Team Gatling grunts. We even met one of Derringer's right-hand men, whose name was Winchester. We defeated him and he seemed to be really emotional. We tried to make friends with Winchester and proceeded to the top of the tower where we found Derringer. We actually battled Derringer and defeated him. And at the top of the tower, there was actually a huge statue of the Astral Pokemon, and that's why Derringer made his way to the top, because there was a secret message or a secret clue on the statue that Derringer needed to complete his mission. I think he wants to try and encounter the Astral Pokemon. So he did get the clue, unfortunately, but we did defeat him and get the clue ourselves. And here we're just showing you some of the Pokemon that we were able to catch recently, especially in the Astral Tower. We did catch Bronzor, Xatu, Doublade, Hariyama, Hatchrim, and of course the special Delibird that we caught in the secret little cave where you needed to enter the code. So a lot of really cool Pokemon in Astral Tower. And we're going to swap up our team a bit. We're going to add Delibird to our team. I'm just not sure which Pokemon to swap out. So I think we might bench Zephyrion for now. We'll just see how things go. But now that we have completed the Astral Tower and gotten some clues, we can actually take on the gym leader in today's episode. So we're going to try into the gym and see what puzzle is involved. And we're going to try and find Peonia and battle her and her clone. If you guys missed the last episode, Peonia does have a clone. So there's Peonia 1.0 and 2.0, which is pretty creepy. But it's very fitting for this town. It's like a very futuristic, high-tech town where there's a lot of scientists and researchers. So it makes sense that she would have a clone. We have now entered the gym, and of course there's a gym puzzle, and it's really fun again. The one thing I love about this game are the gym puzzles. I think they have nailed them really well. For this puzzle, you've got to step on the little white switch, and then it shows you the path that you need to take to reach the next area. But as soon as you step off the switch, the path disappears, so you've got to try and follow the path just by memory, which can be really tricky because it gets more and more difficult as you proceed on. So you've got to have a top memory and try and step very carefully, because if you do fall off the path, you're going to start all the way back in the beginning. It is a really fun puzzle. I enjoyed the previous puzzle with the Charger bugs as well, where you had to spot the different Charger bug out of the bunch. That was a lot of fun. But we are steadily progressing through the puzzle. Here you can actually take a path all the way to the right, but I don't think we actually need to. There's probably a trainer there to battle, but I don't want to go to any unnecessary parts. We have managed to complete the puzzle and arrive at the battle arena. It did take me a couple attempts, even though I cut them out, but I definitely fell off the bridge maybe 2 or 3 times. And here we have found Peonia 1.0 and 2.0, so it's her and her clone. And it's a tag team battle, so this is a bit different from other gym battles. It's 2 versus 2. So the first 2 Pokemon Peonia sends out is a Claydol and a Sigilyph. They are both at level 49. For our Pokemon, we've got Delibird up front, which is at level 50, and Lunaya, who's also at level 49. We've already knocked out Sigilyph, and the next Pokemon they have sent out is a level 50 Gardevoir. So it looks like she uses a lot of Psychic-type Pokemon. Our Delibird and Lunaya are hanging in there. I'm really curious to see how strong Delibird is. It is a new Pokemon in our team, but it's been performing really well, and we've trained it up off camera, so we've boosted its stats quite a bit. We did go all the way back to the other town where you can train up your IV and EV levels. So we did do a little bit of training just to get it quite strong and ready for battle. Our Lunaya has now been knocked out, but we decide to send out Tangrowth next. Our Tangrowth is only at level 45, so it's a bit under-leveled. But we have knocked out Claydol, so that's 2 Pokemon down. Gardevoir seems to be an absolute menace though. And now they've sent out a level 51 Hariyama. We actually managed to catch this Pokemon in the Astral Tower. Hariyama does have an alternate form in this game and it looks really cool. I'm not sure its typing, but we might have to check it out. Maybe we can add it to our team. We finally knocked out Gardevoir, so now it's 2 versus 1. But our Delibird just got knocked out, so that's not good news. We still have a load of Pokemon left, so we send out Snorlax next. And I think we've got this battle under wraps. 2 versus 1 is going to make things pretty easy for us. We hit Hariyama with a Surf. Unfortunately, it hits our Tangrowth as well and knocks it out. But we send out Zypector next, which is the highest leveled Pokemon in our team at level 54. And it just one-shots Hariyama. We have defeated Peonia and her clone. And it looks like we've got the next gym badge. So I think we've got 6 or 7 gym badges now. We've got a load of them. I think there's probably only 1 or 2 gyms left for us to take on before we can hopefully take on the Pokemon League. That was a really fun gym puzzle and a really fun gym battle. But that's out the way. It looks like we have completed all the stuff that we needed to do in Tempest City. And as we exit the gym, the sheriff is here and he tells us there's some news regarding Winchester. Apparently, he's under investigation in the laboratory and he has agreed to team up with us and help us. As you guys know in the last video, he was really disappointed that Derringer kind of left him because he lost the battle towards us and he was really upset. So I think he's decided to join our side, the good guys. Let's see what Winchester has to say. We go upstairs in the lab and it looks like everyone's here. The sheriff, Winchester, Professor Abano, Peonia and her clone. And Winchester decides to give us all the information that he knows. He is a high-ranking general in Team Gatling, so I think his views are very important in this case. We can actually get some truth to what's happened. And he takes us all the way back to the Pokemon League when there was the battle and the explosion. So he says underneath the Pokemon League there was actually a secret laboratory, because when the Pokemon are battling, it releases Poke-Essence, and the scientists wanted to try and capture the Poke-Essence from those battles, and something went wrong and the lab exploded, and the person who was in charge of the lab wasn't actually Team Gatling, it was President Mustang. So who would have thought that? That's a massive twist in the storyline. We all thought that President Mustang was the good guy, but he's actually responsible for the explosion at the Pokemon League. And of course, he needed a cover-up story, so he held a secret private meeting with Team Gatling, Derringer, and Winchester. And he made a deal with them that if they take the blame for the explosion, they'll get a lot of rewards and benefits and money. So that's what happened. Derringer took the fall for the explosion, even though he had nothing to do with it. It was President Mustang who built the lab beneath the Pokemon League. So now that we've unlocked the story, we are going to have to try and find President Mustang and hold him accountable. But Winchester has also agreed to take us to the secret base of Team Gatling. He tells us that he will travel with us to Austral City and show us exactly where the Team Gatling hideout is, and we'll be able to get inside. Hopefully there we can find Derringer and actually talk to him. Now that we know that he wasn't guilty for the explosion at the Pokemon League, maybe we can try and become friends and try and hold President Mustang accountable for his actions. I'm not sure how it's going to go. This could be an entire setup by Winchester. I'm not sure how honest or real this guy is. So next up, we head over to Austral City, where we have explored before. And in the next episode, we will try and enter the Team Gatling hideout and explore it. That's going to be a really good one. That's all it's going to be. Thanks for watching.